Welcome everyone to our 50-minute vinyasa flow practice. My name is Jill. We are going to start on our backs with our knees together and our feet wide, left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. I'm going to start to cultivate some deeper breaths, feeling the rise and fall of each hand. Breathing into your back body so you feel your shoulder blades pressing down into the mat with each inhale. And then using this time to observe your physical, your mental body. How are you doing today? I'm going to offer at least 2 or 3 options for our playful celebration today. So for each posture, you just take what feels good for you, coming into child's pose whenever you need to. But taking this time to explore different shapes and what sensations those bring up for you. There's no judgment here, so if you decide to try something new, perhaps, no one is here to see you fall. It's all good. Take a couple more deep breaths. We're going to set up for a spinal flow. So bring your feet and your knees hip width apart and parallel, palms pointing down onto the mat. As you press down, you're going to lift your pelvis up into a bridge pose, inhaling, and then exhaling to lower each vertebrae back down. So you're going to move through this a few more times on your own breath, just waking up the spine. Peeling your vertebrae up with your inhale, and then exhale to roll them back down, one at a time. So moving our bodies, staying active, exercising, this should be celebrated. Celebrating the way that we can move. Not treating activity as a consequence. Draw your knees in towards your chest, curl up into a tiny ball, and then start to roll up and down along your spine. And we're going to meet sitting, coming into a reverse tabletop, so knees and feet hip width apart, hands planted behind you, fingers pointing your body, and then inhale, lift your pelvis up, keep your chin tucked in. Nice strong legs, rooting down through your palms. You might want to rotate forward and back, or maybe side to side, just opening up through the shoulders. Notice the sensation here. Slowly release down, cross your legs. We're going to roll over our shins, and we're going to meet in a tabletop position. So hands right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, toes tucked under. Engage your core. We're going to extend the left leg back, toes pointing down so that your hips are nice and square, and then your right arm forward with your thumb up. Breathing here. We're going to move through a flow. So inhale to prepare, exhale, kick your leg and arm out to the side. Inhale, come back through center to reset your core, and then exhale out to the side. Inhale back through center. We're going to do 2 more like that. Nice strong leg and arm, supporting your low back with your abdominals engaged. 1 more, you got this. Inhale, exhale out to the side. Inhale back through center, and then release. Moving into a puppy pose, keeping your hips elevated, and then just drawing your chest down towards the mat, resting your chin and your palms. Taking a few big breaths here. So as we move through our practice today, notice any new sensations coming up for you. And just take mental note. Rising back up into our tabletop, we'll do a spinal balance on the other side. So inhale, extend your right leg back, toes down, and your left arm forward, thumb up. Engage your core, inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to kick our arm and our leg out to the side. Inhale to reset, extend forward, and exhale to the side. Nice, you guys. 2 more. One more. Exhale. Inhale to come back through center, and then lower hand and foot down. Then moving into perhaps a deeper puppy pose here if you'd like to take it. If you have no neck instability or pain, perhaps resting your chin down and then rotating your palms up, making space in the shoulders. 2 more breaths. Rising back up onto your tabletop position, toes tucked under, engage your core, lift your knees only 1 inch away from the mat, and then push back into your downward facing dog. So spend a couple breaths here, pedaling out your feet, bending your knees, drawing your shoulders away from your ears, pulling your heels down when you're ready. Coming high onto your toes, and then coming into a hovering tabletop. So again, just lifting your knees up away from the mat, and then exhale, push back, down dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, pull through, hovering your tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Last time, make sure your shoulders are right over your wrists. Meet in a downward facing dog. Little twist here, we're gonna reach for our left leg or ankle with our right hand, twisting underneath the left armpit. Release, and we're going to switch sides, so right ankle, left hand. Coming back through center, looking forward, stepping to the top of the mat, we'll meet in a forward fold. So let your head hang down, not straining through your neck, maybe rotating side to side. And then rolling up to standing, reaching your arms up above your head, big inhale breath, and then as you exhale, hands through heart center, Samastatihi. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Hands come to your shins, pressing into them to draw your shoulders down and back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, big step back with the right leg, bringing the back knee down. Inhaling, arms up for our low lunge. So if you have blocks at home, that's great. If not, you can use cans or textbooks or some kind of book just to help bring the floor up to you. So we're going to bring a prop to the left side of our leg and then lean over, big arc to that left side. Rounding forward, planting both hands on either side of your front foot and then scooching your butt back, half Hanuman, half splits. Leading with your heart, nice neutral spine. Really pushing that left heel down into the mat and then drawing your leg in towards your hip socket. Inhale, stepping forward into that lunge position and then left leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale to pull through to our plank position with our knees down for this first one. As you exhale, we're going to bend the elbows back and slowly lower all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes, press the pubic bone down, hug the elbows in, inhale for your baby cobra. Exhale, release, tuck your toes under, push back through your knee plank, and then your downward facing dog. Inhale, breath, right leg lifts up and back. As you exhale, squeeze knee in towards your nose, stack your shoulders over your wrists, and then step the right foot in between your hands, bringing the back knee down. Inhale, low lunge on this side. So we can move a prop to the outside of the right leg. We're going to place our right hand onto that and start to arc over to the right side. Beautiful oblique stretch. Planting both hands on either side of your front foot. Half Hanuman here, bringing your butt back, leading with your heart, engaging your leg, keeping this nice and active. Inhale to lunge forward into the front leg, pick the back knee up, and then step forward, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, tight core. Inhale all the way up to standing. Hands through heart center as you exhale. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, release, stepping left foot back with a big step. We're going to keep the back knee lifted this time. Option here to bring it down if you'd like. We're going to lift the right arm up, stacking your shoulders and twisting open from the front knee. Pulling your chest back, your neck back, your head back. We're going to add on an option here, turning your right toes out to face the long edge of the mat to draw the knee back. You're going to feel this in your IT band, your hip. Exhale, releasing, stepping right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale to pull through to your plank, your plank. Exhale down either all the way to the mat or through your chaturanga, and then inhale for your back bend, baby cobra or up dog, and exhale, push back, down dog. Inhale, lifting left leg up and back, big breath in. Exhale, squeeze knee to nose, shoulders stack over your wrists, and then as you exhale, step the left foot in between your hands, keeping your back knee lifted or perhaps bringing it down. We're going to twist open towards the front knee. So left arm lifting, stacking your shoulders. Funky pigeon here, turning the left toes out, pulling the knee back, adding in that hip stretch. Another big breath, inhaling. Exhaling, planting your palms. We're going to step forward, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, tight core all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. Oh, big toes to touch. We know what's coming. Sink your hips, bend your knees. Send the weight into your heels. Inhale for Utkatasana, chair pose. Arms can be shoulder height or they can lift up above your head, biceps by your ears. Spin your pinkies in towards each other. Tuck your tailbone under, pubic bone to sternum. Exhale, forward fold, straightening through your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, squeeze knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee to left tricep. And then turn onto the inner edge of the left foot, kicking the right leg out underneath to that side, outer edge of your right foot. A reverse plank, reverse side plank. Stacking your shoulders. You got this. 2 more breaths. Cultivating the fire. Exhale, three-legged down dog, right leg high. Bringing your knee back forward under your forehead and then stepping your right foot in between your hands, back knee down, low lunge. Arms up, inhale, exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to grow nice and tall, and then as you exhale, we're gonna twist to the right. So left elbow, right knee. If your elbow doesn't make it there, no worries. You're just gonna drape your arm alongside your thigh and place your right hand to the base of your sacrum. So choosing which variation works for you. Another option here, adding on if you want, is lifting up your back knee. Fire up that hamstring. Twisting from your belly. Nice big breath, inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. You can stay here in your down dog, or you can move through your vinyasa, whatever you'd like to do here. We will meet back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, breath, left leg lifting up and back. Exhale, squeeze knee to nose. Shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee to right tricep. Turn onto the inner edge of the right foot. Kick the left leg out onto the outer edge. Reverse side plank. Left arm lifts. Right arm lifts, sorry. One more big breath. You got this. Exhale, plant your palms, the left leg high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot in between your hands, back knee down. Inhale for a low lunge. Exhale, hands through heart center. Thumbs pressing into your sternum. As you inhale, press your sternum into your thumbs. And then exhale, twist open to the left side. So right elbow, left knee. Taking whichever variation here serves you. Perhaps lifting your back knee up. Always got options here in every posture. You take what you need. 2 more breaths. Twisting from your belly, peeling your belly away from your lower thigh. Exhale, planting your palms. We're going to step forward, forward fold. Big toes to touch, sink your hips, bend your knees. Chair pose, arms up. Settling in. Inhale to lengthen, grow tall. Exhale, hands through heart center, samastatihi. And feeling. Setting up for another chair pose. Inhale. Maybe lifting and spreading all 10 toes here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Planting your palms as you exhale, we're going to step back, downward facing dog. So you're going to move into another side plank variation. So ripple forward into our knee plank. So we're going to bring our knees down. We're going to kick that left leg out to the side and then lengthen through the right leg so the full foot is on the mat. Lifting your right arm up, so stacking your shoulders. You can stay here, or if you'd like to move into a full side plank, stacking both your ankles. And then wherever you are, we're going to lift the right leg up and then bend that knee, cupping underneath your kneecap and pull it in towards your side body. So strong. Take another breath. As you exhale, we're going to move into our flip dog or wild thing. Right toes behind, pelvis high. Oh, enjoy this. We will meet in a downward facing dog. A spicy. Inhale, look forward. We're going to step forward to the top of the mat, forward fold. We're going to open up our shoulders here. So heel toe your feet, mat distance, and toes out a little bit. Bend your knees a lot here, and we're going to thread the left arm underneath your left leg, hand to your butt cheek. And then your right arm, you're going to bind behind your back. So maybe you just reach for your shirt and you're pulling, maybe your hands clasped together. We really want this twist to happen from our shoulders and our belly button. So drawing the shoulders back. You can straighten your knees or have them bent, whatever you need to do. Let's release, and we're going to do that on the other side. Threading your right arm underneath your right leg, hand to your right butt cheek, and then left arm lifting up and around, perhaps clasping at your hands, your shirt, and then twisting from your belly, stacking your shoulders, leaning back. And releasing, heel toeing your feet, hip width apart. Reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. Big toes to touch, Utkatasana, chair pose. Pull your lower ribs in, pubic bone to sternum. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Planting your palms as you exhale, downward facing dog. So let's do that side plank variation on the other side. So ripple forward into your knee plank. I'm going to kick the right foot out to the side, inner edge of the left foot, lengthening through the left leg, and then stacking your shoulders. Maybe stacking both your ankles. Lifting your top hip up from that pelvis, then lifting your left leg up, and bending the knee, grasping underneath the kneecap and drawing it in towards your side body. 2 more breaths. You got this. As you release, we're going to flip our dog, left toes behind, pelvis high. Shoot through your chest. And when you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Slow transitions. And then a child's pose. If you want to give your shoulders a break, you can drape your arms towards your heels. So using some active recovery here with our breaths. Stretching your arms out in front of you, coming back into our tabletop position, hovering your knees away from the mat, engage your core, and then pushing back, downward facing dog. Inhale, breath, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, squeeze knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee to left tricep. We're going to turn over into that reverse side plank. You can place the right outer edge of the foot down, or maybe you hover your leg, really squeezing your adductors together, your inner thighs. Oh my goodness, so strong. 1 more big breath, you got this. Exhale, 3-legged down dog, right leg high. Knee to nose. Step right foot in between your legs. We're going to work into a side angle pose. So flipping your back toes 90 degrees, grabbing a prop, placing it to the inside of your right foot, and then stacking your shoulders, leaning back into the inside of your knee, tracking it out. Taking a half bind here with your top arm, maybe towards the front of your right hip. Option here to move into a full bind. Wherever you are, leaning back into the right leg, bringing your shoulder blades together. 2 more breaths. Releasing your arms, planting your palms, stepping back, downward facing dog. You can stay here or you can flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, breath. Left leg lifts up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Inner edge of the right foot. We're going to extend the left leg under for a reverse side plank, maybe hovering that leg. Cultivating some strength here, you guys. You got this. Power. Another breath in. Exhale, 3-legged down dog, left leg high. Squeezing knee in towards your forehead, stepping your left foot in between your hands, moving into our side angle pose on this side, placing a plop, 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 prop, the inside of that foot. Stack your shoulders, leaning back, breathing. And taking any arm variation here you'd like, half or full bind. One more big breath. Exhale, we're going to release, planting your palms, stepping forward, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Hands through heart center as you exhale. All the feels. That yoga buzz circling through your cells. I'm going to move into another chair pose. Surprise. Lifting your arms out into a T shape. So we're going to take an eagle variation. I'm going to cross right arm over left, so you can either give yourself a hug, keeping your elbows in line with your shoulders, or perhaps your hands meet for an eagle arm. You can stay here working on your balance, working on your eagle chair, or perhaps you come onto the ball of your left foot and cross the left leg over the right for a full eagle pose. Stacking your shoulders over your hips, so pulling your upper body back a little bit, sitting the weight into that heel. Pulling your shoulder blades together. 2 more breaths. Slowly release everything, forward fold. Give yourself a good big knee bend here. I'm going to move into the other side. Sink your hips, bend your knees, chair pose, arms out into a T. This time we're going to cross the left arm over right, so either giving yourself a hug or eagle arm variation. You can stay here again, or if you'd like, you can come onto the ball of your right foot, crossing the right foot over the left. And then squeezing your knees, your inner thighs together, pulling your core in, stacking your shoulders over your hips, leaning back a little bit so you're nice and neutral, and then weight into your heel. Nice focus. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release. Nice job. Forward folding. Ragdoll all the way up to standing. Take your time. Arms up with a big breath in. Exhaling, hands through heart center. We're going to move into Malasana. So have your feet wider than the mat, toes pointing out. We're going to slowly sink our hips, tracking our knees over our toes. Elbows are going to find themselves to the inside of the knees, thumb towards your sternum, stacking your vertebrae. And if your heels lift, that's no problem. Maybe grabbing a pillow, placing them under your heels, just lifting them up a bit. It might feel good to close your eyes and recenter. So you can stay here in our Malasana pose, or if you like to get a little crazy, a little playful, you can move into a Bakasana crow. So just play around with making a shelf like your chaturanga and then leaning your knees onto the backs of your arms, maybe lifting one toe up and placing it back down, and then maybe lifting your other toe up and placing it back down, and keep doing that. Or maybe you do a full crow. You do you. Whatever you choose to do, know that this is strong. And we'll meet back in our Malasana for 2 more breaths. Meet in a forward fold. We're going to come all the way up to standing. Find yourself some props, placing them at the top of your mat. Hands together in front of your heart. Root down through the sole of the left foot, and we're going to lift the right knee in towards your chest. Flex your ankles, flex your toes. Cross your right foot over your left thigh. We're going to sink down into a seated chair, figure four, pigeon variation. Hands are going to find your props. You can stay here working through this balancing hip opener. Or if you'd like to play with some balance, you can bring maybe one hand in towards your chest, maybe the other in towards your chest, hooking your elbows over your shins, and then pressing into each other to shoot forward from your chest. I'm going to offer you one more variation here. Take it or leave it. If you have the space in your hips, maybe hooking this outer edge of the foot into your left elbow, grabbing onto your shin like a baby, and coming up to standing. This is a massive hip opener. Feels so good. Wherever you are, just keep working through your breath. If you're all the way up in standing, we're going to slowly come out the way we came in, placing the foot back on the thigh, and then everyone here, we're going to forward fold, release. Reverse one, dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do this on the other side. So rooting down through the sole of the right foot. And we're going to lift the left knee in towards your chest, flexing your ankle and toes. We're going to cross the left foot over the right thigh, and then start to sink your hips back. So finding your variation here in your standing pigeon. You can try playing with your balance here, hooking your elbows over your shins, palms together. And just stay with your breath. And if you did so on the other side, you want to give it a go, cradling the left leg, coming all the way up to standing. Two more breaths. Wherever you are, you got this. If you're standing, you're going to slowly lower all the way down, and we're all going to release, forward fold. We're going to make our way onto our butts. Setting up for a reverse tabletop. Let's just get into those shoulders again. Lifting your pelvis up, opening up through your shoulders. So option one is to stay here. Option two, if you don't have any knee instability, you're going to straighten both legs out. Full soles of the feet down. Coming back down onto our butts. Coming into a staff pose, so moving your muscles away from your butt bones, extending both legs along, flexing your toes and your ankles, and we're going to draw the right knee in towards your chest with the foot planted. Maintaining our hip mobility here. We're just going to rock our hip in and out. And then just start to hug that shin in. Again, if you have the space, next option would be to cradle your leg. And then we're going to slowly place the foot over the left thigh, so a seated figure four stretch. And then moving into the hamstring on the left side. So just start to hinge forward, reaching to your ankle, foot, or shin. Inhale to release and come out a little bit, and then exhale to fold and deepen. Slowly coming up and out. Give you a couple options here. So we can continue with the right foot over the left thigh, and then just bend the left knee. The closer the heel is in towards your body, the greater of a stretch. Or if you have the space and you'd like to try a double pigeon, we're just going to bend the left knee down with the right leg on top. If your right knee is super high, use a prop. Place it between your knee and your foot. Let's give it a little support. And then using the pads of your fingers behind you, just start to hinge forward. Nice flat back. into whatever depth serves you. So either variation is great. Staying with your breath here, perhaps deepening. Slowly releasing. We're going to roll over our shins. We're going to come into a plank pose. Then bending your elbows backwards, slowly lowering for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet down. Clasp your hands together behind your back. Thumbs pressing in towards your sacrum. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, lift your legs up. Inhale, lift everything a little bit higher. One more big breath, full round. And then exhale, release everything down. Stack your palms, rest your forehead. I like to shake my butt from side to side, just loosen out my SI joints. So we're going to rise up onto our forearms, tuck your toes back under, make them nice and active. Then we're going to turn our left forearm on an angle, and then bend your right knee and reach back with your right arm for your foot, your ankle, your toes, and then start to pull in towards your butt for a thigh stretch. Really important here to keep pressing your pubic bone down so you're not scrunching into your low back, as well as pushing down through the left forearm to lift up out of that shoulder. You don't want to be sinking down into that shoulder. Releasing, stacking your palms, rest your forehead, shake your butt. Coming back up into our Sphinx, tucking your toes under, pressing the feet down. Your right arm is going to be on a 45-degree angle. Bend the left knee, reach back for the foot. Keeping your low back nice and supported, and the right shoulder. Releasing, stacking your palms again, your forehead. Not shown here, but if you want to do a full bow, go for it. You got time. Setting your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes under, engaging your core, making everything nice and engaged, and we're going to slowly come back up through your plank, and then downward facing dog. Stepping or hopping forward just to come sit on your butt bones. Hugging your left knee in towards your chest with the sole of the foot planted. And then picking your foot up, we're gonna rock your hip back and forth. And then just start to pull your shin in towards your body, maybe cradling it again with your forearms. Keep your right leg nice and active through your toes. And then we're going to start to hinge forward, placing the left foot over the right thigh. So a seated figure 4, working in through our hamstring on the right side, grasping onto your foot or ankle, inhaling to come out a little bit, and then exhaling to deepen. Moving into either the seated figure 4 with your arms behind or our double stacked pigeon. And just breathing through your variation. And releasing here, extending your legs out with your knees bent. Engage your core, sitting on your sit bones, and we're going to slowly lower with control all the way down onto our backs. All right, my friends, we do have a little bit of more core happening. So raise your knees up over your hips, keeping them bent. And then place very lightly your finger pads behind your head, not your neck, with your elbows wide. So if I were to take my hands away, my neck wouldn't move. Engage your core, and we're gonna slowly exhale, right leg lowering, twisting with your elbow, making contact with the knee, and then switching sides. So moving through your own breath. So as you exhale, knee to elbow, inhale to reset. Think about keeping your shoulder blades nice and lifted the whole time, and then your low back pressing down in towards the mat, so there's no space there. Each time you come back through center, just reset. Do a few more, you got this. Nice and strong, you guys. Slowly release everything down. Bring your knees together, your feet wide. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Let's come into a happy baby. Knees wider than your armpits. Soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Grabbing on to your ankles or your feet. Lengthening through your tailbone. Then releasing your feet down, we're going to come into a inversion of your choice. So if you would like to come into a passive, legs up a block inversion, placing a prop of some kind, a book underneath your small of your back, and then just lifting your legs up towards the ceiling. And just staying there for a few breaths. Or if you'd like the more active version, you can roll your knees up over your hips so that they're over your shoulders, supporting your low back with your hands, pressing down through the back of your head so your throat remains open, and really nice active legs all the way through your feet. So whichever variation you're at, just breathe, enjoy the sensations here. If you're in a full shoulder stand, you can start to bend your knees in towards your forehead. Clasping your hands together, extending them out on the mat, pressing the pinkies down. You can stay here, or if you have the space in your hamstrings, you can extend your legs fully over your head with your toes pressing down for plow pose. come out of your plow, placing your hands on your low back, lifting back up into your shoulder stand, and then using your hands like brakes on the mat to slowly lower with control all the way out. If you are on a block, just remove the block from underneath you, place your feet on the floor, lift your pelvis up. And then we'll meet with legs extended on the mat. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. And then using your left hand, pull your right knee across your body for a twist. Keep your shoulder blades rooting down. You can even move into an eagle wrap leg twist if you'd like. As we're coming to the end of our practice, how does your body feel now? And what's your mindscape like? Slowly unwinding here, coming back through center, extending the right leg long and keeping the left knee bent in towards your chest. Using your right hand to draw the knee across your body, gazing over your opposite shoulder, and then maybe eagle wrapping your legs. And releasing, coming into our Shavasana here. We're going to bring our soles of our feet together with our knees wide for a Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just let your breath go. And feel your body supported fully by the earth beneath you. You guys have worked so hard with me today during this class, perhaps making new shapes, creating new sensations. So really give yourselves gratitude and celebrate the way that you move your body. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. Please lay here a little longer if you'd like to. And remember to celebrate our bodies with movement. staying active. Namaste.